Hello, my name is Terry Payne, and this class is SOCW 5310, and today I'm going to be talking about food deserts. So a little bit about food desert. What is a food desert? Food deserts are geographic areas where residents have few to no convenient options for securing affordable and healthy foods. This happens not only in urban areas, but as well as rural areas as well. And some of the characteristics about it is the poverty rate is at least 20%. And with urban areas, 33% of the population lives more than 1 mile from the nearest grocery store. And in rural areas, we have about 33% of the population lives more than 10 miles from the nearest grocery store. Of course, this is a very long distance if you don't have a car to be able to get to the grocery store to get what you need. And most people get what they need from the grocery stores instead of delivering it. And going 10 miles either walking or biking is such a great distance. And this can lead to more food swamps in a geographical area. So we'll talk about food swamps in just a minute. And for grocery stores, a lot of them leave the area for various reasons. It could be either for there's not enough business to be sustainable, or even them just leaving the area because they have a lot of things such as stealing going on from shoplifters, or they're just not sustainable in that area. And this overall leads to a poor diet, and people aren't able to eat what they need with the nutritional food such as fruits and veggies. And what these food deserts really are basically not able to, as I said before, get the food at affordable prices. So now we're going to talk about food swamps. So what is a food swamp? So a food swamp is a neighborhood or an area with a large concentration of non-nutritional food. So you can think of fast food such as McDonald's or even Subway at times, and Kentucky Fried Chicken, just things like that. Or even snack foods like just little snacks, Oreos and whatever. And then you also have your convenience foods such as the microwavable popcorn, microwavable meals in general that don't have the nutritional values that you need on a day-to-day basis. And a large portion of these come from lower income areas, and where groups or people, they rely on the public transportation. So if you go on bus or trains, that's what I mean by that. And we also have higher rates of obesity in these areas as well. And convenience stores in food swamps provide a selection of unhealthy foods, as I was talking about, like microwavable food. And usually these areas, it's cheaper to buy the non-nutritional food than the healthy adversary. So people would much rather go to a Subway that's 5 minutes down the street than going to the grocery store that could be potentially miles from where they live. And unlike in food deserts, people in food swamps do have access to healthy options like fruits and vegetables. So we're going to talk about some of the statistics behind this. So approximately 25 to 30 million Americans live in food deserts as of 2010, and not all races are exactly affected the same way. So black people or black households are 2 times as likely to experience a food desert compared to a white family. And approximately 2.3 million people live in low-income rural areas that are more than 10 miles from a supermarket. And the top 10 largest cities in the United States all have food deserts. I know it's mind-boggling to think about this. And food deserts have been linked to childhood obesity increasing from 1975 of being just 1% to going to 18%, or 340 million children being overweight or obese in the United States alone. And on the right hand side, we can see the picture of America, and this is a 2010 picture, and the orange being all the places with food deserts where people are not able to access or even afford the food that they need on a daily basis. So some of the examples can be from such as New York. They have thousands of food deserts within the city, and supermarkets are generally far, and you don't have a lot of people who own their own cars just because of the traffic or being able to park your car somewhere convenient such as garage, and just because of the money that it takes to own your own place, there's a lot more food deserts in this area, and people rely on the corner stores that they go to get junk food or even microwavable meals, as I said before. And you really wouldn't think that an area that is such densely populated, such as New York City, have a bunch of food deserts or places where you can't just go to the market so easily and get your fruits and veggies. And according to a recent study, on the average block with predominantly black residents, the closest grocery store is twice as far away as the nearest fast food restaurant in Chicago. And as we know, COVID-19 made things a lot worse, and a lot of grocery stores were forced to shut down their operations or even temporarily close because the case is spreading. And some stores never really reopened, and it stayed like that in certain cities around the United States. And the people in the community didn't have a say in the matter. It's a business. They don't really say, okay, businesses come here, no, go there. It's not like that. And there's a lot of people who struggled with keeping the shelf stocked because of the supply chain being disrupted as well. Not only the grocery stores getting food, but it all starts from that to the people not getting the food that they need. So we're going to talk a little bit about the solutions. So for the micro solutions or the smaller scale solutions, the stores and communities of food deserts are the ones who have the control and the power to change what's going on. So something that could happen and that I hopefully will help one day to happen, convenience stores could place the fruits and veggies of their products up towards the front. As we know, a lot of grocery stores already place the essential items that you need, such as meat, vegetables, all the way in the back, because they want people to walk through these different aisles so that they go all the way through each and everything, hopefully spending more and more money to get all the way to the back of the grocery store. And that's just a simple tactic that they use. But if we have the grocery stores set the fruits and veggies up front and be in an ideal, convenient place, then it would help change the incentive of what people buy. It's also like whenever you go inside a supermarket and you have all the things at the checkout with the chocolates and the gum and last minute things that you could put into your cart. But if you have fruits and veggies there, people would be more inclined to buy these rather than the junk food options. And so another thing that comes with this is additional governmental incentives. So some programs actually do offer additional funding for these grocery stores owners if they increase the stock of the amount of fruits and veggies that they have. So it's a sort of a win-win situation here for not only the store owner but also the people in the community, and being able to get what you need. And some of the solutions have also been created with the dollar store market and Dollar General. They have markets in some of their stores where it's not just regular things such as electronics and like a normal gas station sort of store. It has the fruits and veggies that they need in certain areas where it's not super convenient to get this. And this has been done in many communities that do not have an abundance of vegetables in the area for sale. And so if you ever drive by and you see a bunch of dollar stores, it's most likely because you're in a food desert community or geographical area. So for some of the macro solutions, we can start with educating the youth on what it means to make healthy choices when buying food, and even improving on their diets. This could be such a simple change. So many people don't think about what children actually learn in school and what they implement into their daily lives. It of course starts with the parents on what they buy, but if children are more inclined to buy healthier options rather than just grabbing snack food, then it would not only change the family's perspective, but could potentially change their well-being and health for the rest of their lives. And if each state included a session or class to help educate young families, it could make a real difference in improving the diets. But of course, in order for this to happen, the leaders in the community and governmental stances have to take the initiative and role to make this happen. It doesn't just automatically happen from one person having an idea, but it has to go through the system and expand upon. And this is very similar to the local farmers market. The community greenhouse also is an option for a micro solution. And this is where people come together and they start a own grocery store where they grow the fruits and veggies, and people in that community work there, and it's a non-commercialized garden that anybody can come to. And as I said, it is ran by the community and it's not for profit. So if they do make profit, it just goes right back into the system. So this is similar to a local farmer market. However, the goal is not for profit, but it's to make sure everyone has the fruits and veggies that they need. And overall, the food desert instance has created a nationwide explosion, and a lot of people don't even realize they're within a food desert. And hopefully one day these solutions will be implemented and changed for everybody's well-being. As it expands, we want to squash this problem before it gets bigger. Thank you so much, and that is my presentation.